I'm going to get that going. And it looks like we are running. So if somebody could check, check the YouTube stream from K7EME, and let me know how everything is doing there, and we'll proceed accordingly. Just to test before Chuck goes to Chile, and Chuck was kind enough to come over and get me set up and last week, and so I think we're going. I do see things happening here on the microphone. So there we go on the levels. I think we're pretty good. So, pending other reports, Robert, we got to add Dan, and other than that, I think you're good. And I'll go ahead and get all the lurkers here.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, hold on, Robert, are you there?
Yeah, Roger, I got it all.
Okay, and what was that, Chuck?
Yeah, did you see my text message from last night regarding the iron skillet?
Yeah, I just saw that. So we'll have to figure that out. Where's that other place, the Olive Garden? Is that close by the skillet or further up the freeway?
It's really close. It's right off the freeway. 187 intersects. So it might be a little further up the road from Elo. It's not that far. Maybe another 5 or 10 minutes, but it's
that'll be fine. That's great. Thank you for checking that out, and yeah, we'll get all that figured out here. So sounds good. I'm sad that the Iron Skillet is closed. That's that I liked that place, but and it was perfectly set. But anyway, we'll make it work. All right, let's see. I'm going to go down the lurking list. There's a whole bunch of you guys out there, and I'm going to start with Jim.
Good morning, Doug. I'll be.
All right, sounds good. I got you on the list, and W5RCQ. I might need a relay with Jerry's vertical, but Jerry, are you copying me? Okay, all right. Well, I got you actually pretty good down here. So kudos on the vertical, and boy, I hope you get the tower going so things get back to normal for you. But you're coming in copyable, right down in the noise, but copyable. Let's see. How about you, Mike, ND7E? How about you? Are you going to be able to stick around? Okay, he's all lurking, but not here yet. K7HAM, Lynn, go ahead.
I'm here, and I'll be sticking around.
All right, great, Lynn. Jim, N6CAZ, how about you down there in Vail?
Oh, yeah, besides walking the dogs here in a little bit.
All right, no worries. Who's walking who this morning?
Yeah, it depends on what they see. The rabbits have been starting to appear, so they start tugging sometimes.
Yeah, I know that feeling for sure. All right, let's see. K7LOL, good morning to you, Dave. How you doing?
Gonna be here all the morning.
Excellent.
Al, I'll let you know live stream working fine. Audio's good. Good picture, over.
Awesome, Al. Thank you for that. Okay. And thank you, Chuck, again. Looks like you got her dialed right in. So we're in business. Let me get back to the list here. I've got to scroll down. I've got so much stuff crammed into the monitor here that it's I've got no real estate left. KD7UUN, Mike. Good morning to you, Mike.
Good morning, Doug. I'll be here.
All right, got you on the list. And let me see. We have WD6CWE on and off, lurking, L, everybody. I wonder if I'm missing everybody. I think we got it. So, just general call for early check-ins. K7EME.
ND7E.
All right. We did call you earlier, and you were off in the kitchen, I imagine. ND7E. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Yeah, just had to expel a little coffee this morning here. Kind of fighting the flu bug a bit. Came back from a road trip here and caught something on the way, but otherwise back to normal as much as possible. ND70, back to you.
Well, I'm glad you're back on the mend, and that's never fun, especially if you're on the road being not feeling well. There's nothing worse than that. Boy, oh boy. Okay, got you down on the list. Anybody else out there? All right, I don't have confirmation on Andy. KC7KW. Andy, are you going to be able to stick around? Anybody else wanting to check in? K7EME.
Earlier, about 7 o'clock. I think he's going to be in here. Over.
Yeah, okay. Man, I hate this box. It's tripping off my on the stronger signals like you there, Al. Anyway, I got the sound turned down, and that means the weaker signals. Yeah, I got work to do here. Anyways, definitely need a new microphone here, headset. Let's see, K7EME for the Arizona SWOT-net. Anybody else around? Okay, one thing Barry hasn't checked in yet, but he asked me yesterday. You might have heard on 10 gigs there if we could get him fairly early on the list there. So in advance, let's do that for Barry. I know he's going to take his station down tomorrow, and he probably wants to get up on 432 as soon as possible. For a last, put him in there and get him down after, say, after you. We'll put him right at the front of the list there, Robert. All right, that's fine. Yep, no worries. Okay, and thank you, Chuck, for posting the live stream there. And looks like we're rolling away here. All right. Anybody else wanting to check in for the Arizona SWOT-net?
B4MA Portable 7.
All right, Barry, we got you in there at number 4.
Great.
Yeah, no worries. So we'll looking forward to having lunch with you later on today. And so we'll get things rolling and get you in and out so you can get off to 432.
W1GG.
Good morning, Emil. How you doing this morning? And top of the day to you?
Yeah, good morning to you. I just popped in here, turned things on. I'm not gonna hang around for now. I'll check back after 432 and see if you guys are still going. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, awesome. Okay, sounds. We'll catch you soon, I'm sure. Maybe tomorrow morning. So you have a good one there, Emil.
Yeah, very good. I should be around tomorrow morning, and I've got a doctor's appointment later today, but I don't reach leisure until probably about 10. So, anyways, 73 for now. I'll catch you later.
All right, catch you later. Good signal. Anybody else out there? Boy, the band is really quiet this morning. Usually I have a lot of hash and stuff up toward Phoenix, and just really, really quiet. Anyway, so that I'm not complaining.
By the way, good morning, Doug, in 780.
Yeah, good morning, Robert. And did you? Well, I don't know if you listened, heard before, but Iron Skillet is permanently closed.
Yeah, I did think about that when I woke up this morning. I thought maybe that was closed, but yeah, Chuck confirmed it. All right. Well, we'll coordinate after the net, and I'll pick Barry and Jim up, and we'll head that way. Anyway, let's see. I had something else I was going to ask you about. Well, it slipped my mind as usual in 780.
Yeah, okay, and I'll throw the 705 in, and we should be good on sideman there. So I'll on 144-200. So we can when it gets close, we can figure it out as well.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, we'll be on 144-200.
Yeah, okay. Chuck, go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to pass on to Robert. Hey, Robert, NJ60. Right there where 187 crosses or intercepts I-10, I think right there at Casa Grande, maybe a little bit south of Casa Grande. On the east side of the freeway, there's an Olive Garden, and that was what I was suggesting to Doug, that we use that as the rendezvous point. Go ahead.
We'll put it in the Google search there, and hopefully she'll get us right to it there. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, there's not a whole, the pickings are slim up there, and or down there, depending on where you're at. But I think that was the one choice that I saw that seemed reasonable.
Okay, sounds good. Anyways, in 780.
Yeah, that beats the pizza place across the freeway. You remember that, Robert? I met you there one time, and Iron Skillet was closed.
Yeah, that was funny. Over.
Yeah, COVID and everything. We were the only people in the whole damn place.
You didn't give COVID to people then.
Yeah, that's right. And as far as I know, there was only one, just the waitress. I think it was pretty lightly staffed. But anyway, let's see. We got anybody else out there? K7EME for the Arizona SWOT net. All right, with this dang box, I've got to crank the audio up. Who is that? Oh, good morning, Dave. K7SWK. How you doing?
Doing well, Doug. You're doing well, and hope the rest of the net's doing well.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good, Dave. And we'll put you on the list.
Very good. My pleasure to sit back and listen.
All right. I've got dogs barking in the background, and I got Chuck. This the Vox setting. Let me bring it back up here. And dang, dogs are barking in the background. The Vox setting does not show. It's just got the Vox amplification for the mic, and then the delay. Are there other settings for for feedback or whatever on this Flex and another spot?
Yeah. Downward. The DXP turned on.
I missed all of that because you were setting off the Vox, so I had to turn the sound down again. Very frustrating. I take it there was something else.
Yeah, do you have the downward expander button selected? Is that turned on right now?
Yes, it is. It's just the way you left it.
Okay, well, yeah, there should be an anti-box somewhere controlling there. Let me look it up.
Okay, that would be most helpful till I can get something else in here. That seemed to be jumped to the highest priority here this morning. Okay, the weak signal work does not go with having to turn the sound up and running box. I never liked it anyway, but yeah, there's got to be something to adjust here. All right, let me scroll down here. Okay, we got Dave in there, so let me see what's going on with the dogs. Robert, if you can take it for a minute, please.
Yeah, no problem. N7VD for the Arizona SWOT net. Check-ins, please call now.
WB7DYU.
Good morning, John. WB7DYU. Got you in there. You be able to stick around?
Yes, I can, I believe.
Fantastic. Appreciate that. Anybody else, please call now. Doug Fox is still going off. It's funny. Anyway, QRZ, anybody anywhere, just early check-ins for the Arizona SWOT net. Please call now.
Okay, I don't know what's going on out there. Anyways, the donkeys are not in their defensive stance, so it must not be anything too crazy. But boy, they were going crazy with that. I see you got John in here, and yeah, I could hear the Vox going off. So we'll. I can manually key this thing, but I can't write at the same time. It's just frustrating. So anyway, that handheld mic from Flex, the switch is broken in it, and that is the reason for all the problem here at the moment. I tried to clean the contacts. There are no contacts to clean. It's a micro switch that's soldered to the little circuit board in there, and it does not work anymore. So just a cheapo mic. Anyway, let's see. And I don't have anything else that'll plug into this thing. I was thinking about getting a desk mic for it, and it just never had any real issues or bad audio reports. So I thought, well, I'll just stay, the squeaky wheel gets the attention here. Anyway, let's see if there's any more check-ins there, K7EME.
Hey, one more thing to try, Doug.
Yeah, okay. What you got?
All right, so Smart SDR does not have an anti-box control, and boy, Smart SDR forum is completely lit up with some grumpy users. So try this. Just take your mic gain. Your audio sounds fine. Sounds like you're driving it pretty good. Just take your mic gain and just back it off just a little bit, and then maybe bump your downward expander up just a slight tad.
All right, done. All right, we'll see what that does. I'm gonna go ahead and make a transmission because it's you and Al that are setting it off. So I bumped the audio back up to where I can actually hear things and tell me. Let's see what we got here. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. A strong signal for you, so hopefully it's not tripping the box. NJ60.
All right. I think I may have. Well, it was. I had the volume up too high, but it is better. It is better. So, all right. And your the audio is still coming through. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, just fine. The other thing as well, and all these adjustments are subjective, but also take your Vox level and also nudge that down just a little tiny bit, and that'll, yeah. I think your normal voice is more than enough to trigger the Vox. You maybe have the Vox gain up just a little bit too high.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. That I reduced it down 3 notches. Okay. That's still kicking the mic off just fine, and looks like I'm the lower mic level. I'm still driving the amplifier all the way. So I think we're golden here. At least it's significantly better. Thank you, Chuck.
No problem. Glad to help.
Yeah, actually, I've got the sound up fairly decently now, and I know one of the next things I'm going to do is get some Noctua fans in the 2-meter amp. That'll be the next one, and after that, the HF amp. Get those things quieted down. So that'll, evolution there as we go along. Anybody else out there? K7EME. Yeah, that's much better. I can actually hear the background noise now, which is important. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I wonder why you're waiting if you could answer a question for me. I put the new lamp heat there on mine, and I didn't get the needle on using a silo. Pretty good meter, I think. I don't know the model number offhand, but anyway, I got your carrier on there. I've got 10 watts, right? Exactly 10 watts going in. The meter sensitive radio does it. And when I see up on little Yagi, a little 5-element Yagi X, running about 135 watts on that dead key, and as soon as it's over through that signal,
Okay, Dave. Is your antenna aimed right toward me here? Because I peeked up on you, and seems like you're a little bit further to the west than I thought. So, but I'm having a little bit of trouble copying you all of a sudden here. So, do you have a rotor on your Yagi there?
Yeah, my bad. It's coming around to you right now. I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought I was pointed down there. Should be on you right now.
Oh, tremendous signal now. Okay. So I'm sorry to have you repeat that, but I could not copy it very well.
Okay. Well, what I put Pete's little amp in line, and I selected mode. I went to an FM carrier, and I had the radio set to 10. I'm using a Daiwa CN801 meter. It's a pretty decent little meter, and it says that with the amplifier off that I'm doing exactly 10 watts, and the radio also says I'm doing 10 watts. And when I key up with the amplifier on the Yagi, I'm doing about 135 according to the meter. But when I go to the round omnidirectional antenna, that jumps up to 190. And I don't know if it's just because of the FM carrier, or can you explain that?
Okay, what kind of SWR are you getting on, first off, between the two antennas? And I would be suspicious of the 190 there. So I'm wondering if you're getting a little RF back or something weird is going on there with that, because can you measure your amperage draw?
My SWRs is so low I can't hardly rate it. I'm at about 0.2 or something.
Okay, and that's on the Yagi?
That's on the Yagi now. I can switch over to the loop and see what it does. With the carrier on there, I'm about 0.5.
Okay, so it's not the SWR. That was just the first thought. Yeah, it could also be the length of the coax as well. One is a little better matched than the other. And also, are you able to measure the current draw on the amplifier at all with, say, just when you're keyed up in FM? Can you look at the current draw?
Yes, stand by. Should I have the FM carrier on there when I do that?
Yeah, it should be up around 22 amps or something like that, 20 to 22 amps.
Now that's another thing about this. Let me do it with the, if you don't mind, if you want, I'll drop down a few and then try it again while you check it again, and then I'll be back if you want.
Yeah, that would be the best thing, and just compare between the two amps. Between the two antennas, and see what you've got. It's probably the length of the coax cables at this point, maybe being the difference between the two, because your SWR is low. But I wouldn't worry about it too much. Unless you want to get crazy with pruning the coaxes. By the way, your loop signal was much stronger than when you were on the Yagi pointed the wrong way. So anyway, go ahead and check that out, and you can report back. We'll see what we got.
Okay, sounds good. So you're just looking for the current draw when I'm using a dead key on the FM side, right?
Yes, and the comparison. I just want to get an idea of what you're getting on the Yagi, and also try it on the loop.
Sounds good. Be back to you in a short.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody else out there? K7EME?
KJ7 TSM.
KJ7. I get this written down. Is that Charlie Sierra Mike?
Kilo Juliet 7 Tango Sierra Mike. Over.
Tango Sierra Mike. KTS. Let me get this all written down. I screwed up my writing here. Okay, KJ7. Dave, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I've got my rotor working now, and I picked up a Mirage amp with preamp and some SWOT tests yesterday, and so I'm feeling comfortable. Over.
Okay, terrific. Yeah, you're solid copy down here. And what a big improvement for you. That's what Mirage amp did you get?
B108.
Okay, that's the 75 watt or 80 watt amplifier. Okay, yeah, you're doing great. Good copy.
Question is, how do I use NetLogger?
You had a question about NetLogger, was that it?
How do I check in with NetLogger? Right now I'm able to monitor.
Okay, let me put you over with Robert. He's better at that. Robert, did you hear Dave's question?
Not quite. Dave, please repeat your question for me. November 7 Victor Delta, over.
Robert, this is Dave at K7EME. How do you log in to that or check in to that with the NetLogger application?
Sorry, Dave. Let me get the antenna over closer to Glendale and try again. Over.
With NetLogger, I'm able to monitor but not check in. How do I check in? Over.
Oh, that's my job. yeah. You'll see NetLogger, and so I'm the logger. And when you get an RF confirmation contact with Net Control, I will put you down as I have already. There, over.
Thank you very much, over. Is there a way to add my sidewinders on 2 numbers to the check-in? Over.
Oh, absolutely. I'll put it in right now. What is it, Daryl? K7TSM, N7VD, what's the SWOT number ID that you got? And I'll put it in right now, over.
Yeah, sorry, the first time I used it, I had to figure out the running. SWOT number 3727.
Okay, very good. Congratulations on that. That's awesome. And we will do an update on the club info, and it should be there from now on, at least when I'm logging. And we'll get you on there. Anyway, thanks again. Appreciate that. Over. Oh yeah, no problem. Anyway, I had to go over to the beam and then turn it over toward Glendale to get you. But good copy. S6 over here. N7VD.
Yeah, okay, and just FYI, you were hitting S7 at one point down here, Dave, when you were aimed down toward Tucson here. You'll 2 meters sideband will be a lot more interesting for you now with that good setup you got. All right, I see. Al, are you still there?
Yeah, Roger.
Can you pick up Ron, please, down south, KW7RNX?
Hey, Ron, KW7RNX, K7ZYP here.
K7ZYP, KW7RNX. We're on frequency, yes.
Okay, very good, Ron. You gonna be able to stick around?
Roger that.
Okay, Ron, got you in there. Doug's gonna put you on the list. K7ZYP, back to net.
Yeah. By the way, Ron, I'm copying you really well for some reason. Are you portable in the park or something?
Negative. Went and put the FT857 in, running 50 watts. Raised the Yagi by about 5 feet, so hopefully we're making a difference this morning. Over.
Oh, holy cow! What a difference! Your S6 off the back of the beam, and I had to search all over on both sides of the Tucson mountains here to find the best path, and I never did have even a partially good path. So that's excellent. Good job on improving things. And the 857 with the extra bit of power there, that made all the difference in the world, Ron.
Roger that. Yeah, you should have a hitting about, I think, 146, 148 if you've got one in that type of micronaut that you can adjust to them.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, the problem is in that direction. I've got lots of rocks, and so I have to find a bounce there. Excuse me, but that's no problem. Good job, Ron. So we should be able to work directly now from here on out. Let's see. We got a few more folks lurking about, and let me get those people on board here. First off, we got Warren up there, and I'm more to the east. Let me get him more on Apache Junction there. Warren, K7CWA, go ahead. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Doug. This is K7CWA. I'm here, barely, but I am, and I should be here, so go ahead and pick up the others.
Okay, I will do that. Next on the list would be Robert, N7LPD. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Doug. N7LPD, SWOT number 3693. Doing good. I'm going to be in and out today. Nothing new to report. Everything's going well. Feeling good. No new issues, thank God. But yeah, just wanted to make a quick hit and run here and at least say hi to everybody. N7LPD, over to you.
Yeah, great signal this morning. Good job. The band between us is very cooperative. All right. Well, glad things are going well for you, and you take care. We'll catch up with you next week. All right.
Sounds good. Thanks, Doug. N7LPD.
You got it. Ken, W7KZM. How are you doing this morning, Ken?
Good morning. Doing very well. Just sitting here listening to the cat stories. My wife wanted me to tell you that we had a cat that screamed too, and she had passed away just recently. And I don't think I've had so much sleep in the last 20 years. But we missed the cat anyway, and she's looking for a couple of kittens as sisters. If anybody out there's got an idea, we're willing to take a couple of sisters.
There we go. That's a new facet to the net here, animal home placement. So anybody out there who's got a couple extra female kitty cats, Ken is looking for some. All right. Very good. Let's see. Let's see. Anybody else out there? I think I'm through all the people that are lurking here. K7EME.
K7SWK.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
I couldn't hear anybody in the background. So I did do what you said, and I checked the amperage, and on FM, the amperage on the Yagi is 18, and on the loop, it's 19. On the USB, it's 9 and 12, respectively.
Okay, yeah. The of course on sideband, you're not going to get as accurate a reading, and it will be lower. That's absolutely normal. So you're putting a little more power into the into the loop there, and again, I suspect it's just related to the coax runs. And what type of coax are you using?
We've been through this before. Okay, by 1 second. I wish I could remember these things. By the way, the coaxers, both of them were brand new. They were exactly the same size, 50 feet long, and they go to the same place. And the antennas are about 5 or 6 feet apart, so they almost have the same routing going back.
Okay, you took a big fade right there. Boy, you were up to S8, almost 9, and then it just faded right down. Okay, I did not hear what type of coax it was.
Yeah, stand by 1 second.
K7EME standing by for Dave. K7SWK.
It's RG213U.
Okay, 213. Okay, that gives me a little bit more information there. Well, you're not putting out 190 watts if you're only drawing 19. 19 and 18, you're a little bit low on the current draw, so maybe you could up the drive a little bit. I wouldn't go more than about 12 watts. But really, the difference between 135 and 160 is not that much. But it might also be that things are a little out of tune after many years. The input tuning could be peaked up a little bit. That would require opening up the amplifier, and it's not that hard to do. But I would say it might be unless you wanted to change the coax out to LMR 400, which might be something to think about down the road, but not necessary at this point, because you're doing pretty darn well. I would say don't worry about it too much. I think your current draw is right in line, and you're really not putting out 190 watts. That's not happening. So it's just something weird about how it's reading with that loop. Over.
Okay, well that's good to know. I'll leave it where it's at. Right now, when I'm on sideband and stuff like that, with my modulation, I'm up about 120 right there. I could. You think I could go up a couple of those, you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think anybody would hear the difference, but you might be able to drive it a little bit harder. Those on the manual, I think it accepts up to 15 watts, but you're best not to push that envelope because it could put a little bit of excessive heat on the driver transistor that's in there the first stage. So you don't want to overdrive it. You're better to underdrive it than overdrive it. But you could probably go up to 12 watts and see, experiment with it.
Okay, well that's where I'm at, 12 watts now. So as long as people can hear me, I really don't care what the meter says. But it looks like on my audio bounces, I'm about 140 right here.
Yeah, there you go. So that if you're seeing that on the audio peaks there on the watt meter, you're right on line there. So I think you're golden.
Okay, and by the way, right there, I'm on know. And actually on USB it's only slightly more. It's about 140, 145, something like that.
Okay, well, yeah, you're doing fine, and the loop, I'm hearing you just quite well. So your amplifier is doing a good job for you.
Well, wonderful. I've got it sent off with that cable. It hasn't got here yet, interconnect cable, so I can get rid of the chatter. But I'll tell you honestly, it's not doing very bad on the chatter as well. But anyways, again, thanks. I'll let you get back to the net. I'll sit back and listen. K7SWK.
Okay, you bet, Dave. And you know, have any problems or questions, you know where to ask. So you're doing well there. All right, let's see if anybody else is net.
N7VD with a comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, Dave, the difference between, nobody will ever hear any difference between, say, 120 and 160. It's just not you're not gonna see anything there. But I was gonna tell you on the scope, on the 9700, the signal still looks clean and you're fine. What you do typically is, watt meters are relative indicators. Unless you went through a high degree of calibration against a known standard, and usually you have to do that stuff into a dummy load, not an antenna, because like Doug was saying earlier, you get some common mode back that can affect the reading, depending on what the SWR is. Over. K7SWK, any copy? Over.
Yeah, right there at the end, about the last 5 seconds of your transmission, you dropped out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let's see. Hello, test. Yeah, still putting out power. Anyway, sorry about that. But anyway, if you have any other questions, but your signal looks clean on the scope here. Over.
Awesome. That's great. Good to hear. Okay, I'll sit back and listen and let the net proceed.
All right, all right, real good there, Dave. So we got you going, and everything is hello. Now my box is dropping out. Oh, jeez, up just a tiny notch on the box sensitivity. Okay, so with that, anybody else out there?
V4MA, quick question.
Yeah, go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, I was trying to do some path profiles you guys were operating from.
Okay, we were all the way on the road, the little road in the park there, all the way to the end. There's a loop there, and we were on the south row of parking, right on just a little bit above the parking lot.
Okay, there's quite a trail system there, but the path profile didn't look very good from the default state park location, so just trying to figure out where you were here. So, like the trail seems to go quite a ways to the west, and I know KJ7OG mentioned something about going on one side or the other to get a better view.
Yes, and that is true. The view changes, so that the whole you've got to go almost all the way into the park as far as the asphalt will take you. So if that's several rows of parking, and we were kind of to the south. Generally, I don't know the exact direction, but generally to the south side of that parking lot, and that's where we. But the Gulf Papa is still a fairly large area. Which rock which side of the rock you're on. So because we could not see Troy directly in Oracle at all. We had to move a half a mile or so. So it does kind of curve around there. And then on the other side, you've got the Graham or the Picacho Mountains. I think they're called Picacho, not Picacho Peak, but on the other side of the freeway, and that does block things as well.
Okay, I'll play around here. There's one spot here that's got a restroom, and it's curves around quite a ways on Picacho Peak Road. There's a trailhead, Sunset Vista trailhead, that's not too far away as well. Looks like it's got a bit of a lot.
Yeah, all I can say is if you can follow the paved road on a map somewhere or a satellite view, and you zoom in, we're all the way around from the ranger station as far as you can get. That is, and the view is really open toward the southwest. And all the way around, of course, to Apache Junction, where you were at. You go a little further east, and then you've got the mountains on the other side of the freeway that are going to block. So there you cannot see Mount Lemmon at all from where even where we were with Troy. Backtracking a little bit.
Yeah,
hey Barry.
Double.
Yeah, V4MA NJ6D, how copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the exact location we're at, if you on your map, if you find something that's Sunset Vista Trailhead, there's a loop there, which is, as Doug described, at the very end of the paved road. But we're on the northeast side of that parking loop for that Sunset Vista Trailhead, okay?
Okay, roger. Yeah, that was the spot that I figured you probably were at, so that's great. I'll carry on. Thanks.
All right, and appreciate that. That'll be great for future reference there from that spot, because that really was it was a better spot than when Jim and I were up there and Al a while back last year. And so significantly higher and just less obstructions. No cacti in the way, no bushes, no nothing, because you're perched right over the parking lot. Okay, let's see. Anybody else out there?
One more thing for Barry.
Go ahead.
Barry, the other place that we set up at, so the Sunset Vista Trailhead is where we were making contact with you and Jim and Robert. And then there's another place off the same road, not too far down the road from the park entrance, called Anza Loop Day Use Area. So again, if you look on your map, and that one has visibility over into Oracle for Troy. I also think it has decent visibility up to you, although we were done, so we didn't try it. But those two locations are probably the better ones in the park, Barry, NJ6D.
Okay, I'll have a look at both, get the horizons, and then do some paths over to California. So thanks. Carry on.
All right, awesome. Yeah, because California, I mean, it just looking out that way, there's really, just a nice clear horizon. All right, Robert, I'm going to run and get some more soda and maybe a little bit more coffee, and I'll be back shortly.
Okay, roger. N7 Victor Delta for the Arizona SWOT net. Anybody want to check in, please call now.
WX7G.
All right, WX7T, got you in there, Jim. How you doing? You be able to stick around?
Yes, I will stick around. Wouldn't miss it for the world, and doing good. Still this side of the dirt, breathing.
Well, that's all we can ask for. That's very good. And making good signal up this way, so it's working. 7-3 for now. We'll catch you in a little bit. N7PD, look for additional check-ins. Please call now.
K7VEQ.
All right, K7VEQ. How you doing, Barry? You be able to stick around, or you just in and out?
Nope. I'll be in and out today. Since the Daytona 500's been canceled due to rain for tomorrow, I guess I'll have to go outside and do some yard work. So I'll be in and out today, but I'll catch you guys next week.
All right, very good. and good luck with the yard work. Boy, our stuff is starting to bloom and getting crazy, so spring is upon us. So anyway, thanks much for checking in. We'll catch you next time. Anybody else for the Arizona SWOT Net, please call now. Is that you, Doug, coming back?
Yeah, I just sat down. Sorry, I set the soda down and it slipped. Set the box off.
Oh, no problem. I just was sitting there thinking. I got a question for you. Have you heard from George, K7EME yet?
I have an update from. Well, this is about a week old, and from one of George's Racy's friends there, and he's in the same public service group, and he's actually been helping us out a little bit with Pete's list and stuff, and getting the word out on that. And he said that George has been very, very sick. He is on the mend, and there's but it just hit him hard. And he's in his 80s, and so it's taken him a while to jump back from whatever this was. It was not COVID, but nonetheless, it's hit him hard. So he's recovering, and that's good news. But it's really set him back.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. I'm just, it's probably that RSV, because that stuff is just about as bad. Anyway, good to hear. It's MVD.
Yeah, that stuff it is nasty, and given the age factor, you throw that in there, and it's double whammy. So yeah, I'm glad he's hanging in there, and so I may send him an email here just to wish him well, and you guys maybe can do that as well. And Paul, the other fellow that has been keeping us posted, he'll let me know if anything changes there. But I'm sure we'll get George back in here. He does a lot. He's a very busy guy, and I'm sure everybody is looking forward to when he can get back on here. So there we go. Let's see. Let's check on the time. Couple more minutes to go. I'll be standing by here unless anybody wants to get on the list.
KD5NLP, Mike Glendale.
Yeah. Good morning, Mike. KD5NLP. How are you doing? And
good. Doug, and yes, I will be able to stick around. It's a nice day out here in Glendale. Guys are out playing golf. A little cool. You can tell we're all from back east rather than not wearing any jackets. Fine here. I'm just going to make some breakfast and listen to that. So, I hope everything's good down at Tucson there. We'll catch you in a minute. KD5NL.
7LP.
Okay, you got it. Enjoy the breakfast, and we'll get back with you down the road here. Let's see, where are we? Got about less than a minute to go. All right, stand by, guys. All right, close enough. Excuse me. This is K7EME for the Arizona SWOT Net, and we'll get things rolling here. So, official good morning and welcome to everybody on board here. This is the Arizona Sidewinders on 2Net, and the net is open to all amateurs. We meet every Sunday morning at this time, taking early check-ins up to an hour or hour and a half earlier. My name is Doug. I'm K7EME, located in southern Arizona, just a little bit west of Tucson, running legal limit to a lot of aluminum up there, covering all of Arizona and into the surrounding states. The purpose of the net is to encourage VHF and higher band activity here throughout the Southwest, and for Z-SWOT for Sidewinders on 2.net. And that is, the website was put together by Robert, November 7 Victor Delta, who also maintains it. And Robert is also running the NetLogger portion of this net, where you can get online and you can monitor the live check-in list so you know exactly when your turn is coming up. And send us messages if you need us to point your way if we're not hearing you when you try to check in. So I'm now going to take a little look around the compass, and we'll see if we've got it. It's a little early yet for surge, but we'll head out to the west-northwest, K7EME. And let me scoot up to the north, K7EME. Lee, are you out there?
W7WHB.
Well, there you're not quite Lee, but I've got you there, Steve, W7WHB. You going to be able to stick around this morning?
I will be here.
Okay, awesome. And let me pause on Lee again. I know he's online. Lee, WJ0F, are you out there? Okay, beautiful signal. You going to be able to stick around this morning? Okay, awesome. And let's proceed a little to the northeast, K7EME for the Arizona SWOT Net. Anybody out that way?
AI1K.
AI1K, how you doing? Good morning there, Jack. What's going on?
Good morning, Mr. Judge. Won't hold it. Just wanted to say hello to you guys, and very nice SWAT fest yesterday. Won't be around. I'm going to scoot up to 4:32, but if I'm done early, I'll swing back if you guys are still here. But good morning to everyone, and beautiful day yesterday. We're a little cloudy up this way today and a little cool. Back to you, Doug. Over.
Okay, well, we'll put you on the list, and if you're able to come back, great. If not, we'll hold a spot for you. Sounds good, Jack. Thanks for I don't know where Jake came from. Thanks for checking in. We'll maybe catch you later. Let's see. Anybody else out to the northeast? All right, let me get around to the east and southeast, K7EME for the Arizona SWOT Net. All right, we're back on roughly the center of everybody here. And let's see. Well, I did want to, you kind of heard us talking about the microwave fun that Chuck was testing out his new setup, and oh, I tell you what, it is a beautiful, beautiful work of art that he's done with his portable 10 gig setup. Just really a slick deal there. It breaks down quickly, sets up quickly, and it's not overly heavy to pack the pieces, up a hillside or something. So it's really an awesome setup. But I'll leave that all to him. The thing that I took away from that was we played around with bouncing signals. We were at Picacho Peak and very close to the base of the peak, and so we were listening for reflections from the beacon that's up on the White Tanks Mountain, and turned around behind us from the direction almost 180 degrees from where the beacon was coming from. We could sort of focus in on different rock outcroppings and get some specific bounces. You move a little bit and it's gone, and you come across another rock face, and there it is again. So the point of all this, and I'll let Chuck tell you guys more about what we did, but the point of it is that we all hear about bouncing off of mountainsides with VHF and higher frequency signals. But it's really awesome when you can observe that firsthand on a real sort of a micro level. That you've got this big rock face in front of you, and you can find different flat spots, and you hear the signal peak up. So it really shows. So hams, we bounce off of everything we can, including the moon, and it's fun. But to observe it close hand like that, it was an eye opener for me. It was just fun. Green Valley Ham Fest is next Saturday. I know most of you guys are that's well out of the range of a day trip, but just a general announcement that Pete's Gear N6ETA will be down there. The remaining excuse me, the remaining radios, antennas, cables, everything. I will post a list which we now have on AZ SWOT. Excuse me, not AZ SWOT. AZVHF Society, the Slack channel, and get that listed. And if anyone out there wants a copy of the list, it's about 2.5 pages, three pages typed, a lot of stuff. They can just send me an email, and I will forward that to them. So that if you'd like a list of what's available, then we can start to find homes for all of the stuff from Pizza State. That's it for this end this morning. So I'll put it up to Robert. And Robert, take it away. Let's see what you've got going on, and go ahead.
All right, very good. K7EME in the SWOTnet, November 7, Victor Delta. This is Robert over here in Northeast Mesa, SWOT number 3051. Anyway, very cool, and it was a lot of fun working you guys on 10 gig yesterday from the house here. Pretty happy with how this has worked out. Got a good view in your direction, so looking forward to talking to you from your house as well on 10 gig when you get your setup going. So we'll have to see if we can get maybe a 10 gig roundtable going at some time. That'll be fun. Anyway, let's see, looking forward to picking Barry up and Jim, I think, as well, and we'll head down to that Olive Garden, and we'll find it. It'd be nice to have a good lunch, and we'll see you guys again. Beautiful day for it, so the weather's perfect. Other than that, everything's cool, working. Did a new render yesterday, and it works really good. Finished render at 4K in about about 7 minutes. So much better than it was. All right, 7-3 for now. We'll catch you guys next week on this wonderful net. Appreciate it. Back to net, N7VD.
Yeah, okay, Robert. And yeah, I know you've been buried up to your eyeballs in computer rebuilding or building and all of that. And by the way, anybody in the east side of Mesa, if your lights start blinking after dinner, it's because it's because Robert is doing some graphics rendering, and his system is just bringing down the grid. That thing will heat a house. It's not quite as much as number crunching for what is that? What are those mining, crypto mining? There we go. That's the word I was trying to come up with. All right, Al, it's your turn. K7ZYP. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, good morning, Doug in the net. K7ZYP here, Delta Mike 41, 3278 for the SWOT number. Yeah, had a good week. Doug came down, when was it, Friday? Yeah, he came down Friday morning. We went through and sorted a little bit more of the stuff there. We'd gone through it before, but we went through it again a little with a fine-tooth comb there, and he made the list. By the way, yeah, I'd really like to see those emails if you could forward them to me there, Doug, and the list there, just for grins and giggles. Anyway, once again, I'm not going to be able to make it to the little luncheon up there at the Olive Garden. I'm really tired. I'm going to try to rest up today, go out there to the rock quarry and start packaging up a few items, getting them ready to go in the truck. And by the way, did get the truck going. My alternator was going out, and my serpentine belt was, we just replaced that about not even a year ago. Weird. But anyway, I think it was the belt slipping on the drive for the alternator that was wearing the belt out, because that alternator was getting tight, starting to squeal and stuff. The bearings or bushings or whatever were getting tight in it. Anyway, so we got that fixed. Looks to be working just fine now. So I'll tell you what, a belt at Toyota, a serpentine belt, $110 for a serpentine belt. It's ridiculous. I remember I bought one at Toyota just a few years ago. It was only $60. So, yep, ridiculous. Anyway, let's see here. That's about all I have. Barry, I will miss seeing you today. I want to come up there real bad, but I am just so tired. And boy, I sure hope you can get on HF with us once in a while. Maybe we can make the trip back there. Been good to know you, and good having you here on the net also. So we'll say 7-3 there to you, Barry, and I'll put it back over to Doug. K7EME, K7ZYP.
Yeah, very good. And echo all of that with Barry there. And maybe with the live stream, of course, Barry will be able to check up on us every once in a while. And maybe I just had a thought, but there's I'm sure there's a way we could perhaps patch some cell phone audio in, and you could say hi to the net once in a while. So yeah, we'll have to work on that and see what we can do. Something that would make a little better transfer of the audio. Anyway, with that, Barry, we are going to miss you and having you in every Sunday, and also all that advice and knowledge and everything. But you're only an email or phone call or whatever. I know you don't do HF very much, but and neither do I. I'm kind of challenged HF wise as well. But anyway. we'll put it over to you and let you say your goodbyes here to the net, and we'll catch up. We'll be in touch. Over to you, Barry.
Yeah, good morning, Doug on the net. Yeah, it's part of the last time I'll be on the net. I'm going to pull the antennas down early next week, so it's been a great time for the past 12 years, and yeah, I'm going to miss it. And having the streaming is definitely nice. I'll be able to kind of keep in touch and see what's going on there, and then there's always emails and Skype and all that sort of stuff. So, and still want to talk to you guys about maybe hosting the microwave update conference here next year. So we'll maybe talk about that a little bit today, but that would bring me back for sure. So. But anyway, yeah, it's good to see all the microwave activity, and it was fun yesterday. Great signals, and just working here on the path profiles, and they're interesting. So I'll try and bring some copies or email anyway. So, but for discussion purposes. So anyway, thanks for running the net, and I'll turn it back to you and say 73 all the way around. K7EME and the Group B4MA is clear.
Okay, Barry, excellent, and yeah, that sounds good. If you have it or by email, be interesting to see, because over towards California from there, I know that with Chuck's setup, we should be able to do that. It would be a lot easier if we could than going up on Mount Lemmon, but that may be the best way, without a little bit of air scatter help. But anyway, thanks for everything again, and we'll see you later on this afternoon. Let's see. We never did get a hold of Andy again. I'm not sure. Andy, are you still out there? KC7KW.
KC7KW, I'll copy.
Got you loud and clear. Booming signal. Go ahead, Andy.
Hey, Roger. Just wanted to say hello to everybody on the net. Didn't get a lot of 10 gig activity in. I did get to work Robert and to Barry and Jack, but we had a snafu here of some kind. So anyway, we'll be working on that in the future. Not a lot more here. We're just kind of Sunday morning it. So we'll pass it back to Nat, and we'll make this our in and out. But real good. Good to hear you running the net there, Doug. It's sounding real good. And you buy a new radio, you think it's going to have every single thing you need, and you got to start from scratch again. I've not found a magic radio yet. I own one of those fancy Flexes. I got the fancy ICOMs, and yeah, I like them all. But there's not that magic one yet. So anyway, back to net, 731-0. Everybody have a great Sunday. KC7KW.
Yeah, okay, Andy. Well, I think we're definitely on the right track with the box setting here, and I can get back to normal, I'm sure, with a little bit of a new microphone and all that good stuff. But it's always something, right? It's what we do, is solve problems. That's for sure. All right. Well, next is Chuck, and so over to you, Chuck. And it sure was fun. Expedition. Over to you, Chuck.
Okay, Doug. K7EME in the group, NJ6D. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it was a really fun day. Sort of a major milestone for me in my ham radio adventure. So yeah, we got the 10 gig rig up and running. It's got good transmit now. Still need to work on locking my oscillator because I'm using one of the old style brick oscillators, but we worked around it and made two ways with Robert and Barry and Jim. And was really wanting to get Barry in the log, so we succeeded. We missed the microwave weekend by, I think, a weekend. but here we are. We're live and well, and I think the radio setup is working. I think pretty good. Well, maybe more than pretty good. So got good signal reports all the way around, and my receive, the white tanks from that location, the white tanks beacon was running, there's some QSB, but it was running between plus 20 and plus 35 on the meter, for whatever that means. Yeah, I did some checking beforehand and checking afterwards up there at the park, and I'm pretty sure, but I'm seeing a consistent half an S unit or maybe slightly more at times of sun noise with the rig. So I think the receive is very good. And as Doug alluded to, a fun adventure was when we relocated to pick up or to test with Troy, which I'll say something in a moment. We were right beneath the main peak, and the white tanks beacon was super strong, so we listened to that by pointing the dish into the peak, and you can very clearly get correspondence between various rock outcroppings and where I could peak up the signal with the dish, and that was kind of fun. And with the main peak, I could actually change the elevation of the dish and then scan it back and forth and peak up at a different azimuth corresponding to a different rock outcropping depending on how far up the peak I was pointed. So that was kind of cool. And then to round things off, we sent some RF down towards Troy, WA7ELN. With his nascent 10 gig setup on his bench, he had a little gain horn on his bench clamped to a vise. He opened up the door, which kind of looks out in the general direction, and he was easy copy for me. We actually, I copied him on the telephone, and he copied me via RF, so a little cross banding there. But very good adventure yesterday. And again, Barry, thank you so much for all your advice and encouragement. And I'm off and running. I really wanted to reach this milestone before we headed back, and I'm looking forward to many mountaintops down the road here. That's about it for now, not Troy, but Doug, K7EME NJ60.
Okay, excellent. And yeah, hey, I just had a wild thought cross my mind. You might want to look up the Digilo local oscillator boards. I think they're around $100, and they're easily. It's a 10 meg reference input, so they use those as the heart of a lot of those transceivers, if not all of them, and transverters, and it's just a small little board in there, just a tiny little board. So check that out. Maybe you already have. Anyways, let's see. Where are we next? We had K7EME. Vince was in and out, as well as Den via air scatter over in New Mexico. So let's get Jim, W780F. And Jim, how's things going up there?
Chuck had a question for you. I don't think he heard your whole, he wanted to ask you what the product was you were talking about.
Yeah, Chuck, it's the Digilo, D-I-G-I-L-O is the spelling, the local oscillator from DEME.
Okay, I didn't realize it was a DEME product. So, okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, you got it. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but after seeing the other oscillator yesterday, might be something you'd want to check out. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, good morning, Doug. K7EME in the group is W780F. Yeah, real good. Everybody's got a good signal. I want to wish Barry good luck in his future endeavors there. It's always good hearing from him there. I haven't been doing a whole lot of radio work. I have been getting in a lot of parts and pieces for my new solar system that I'm going to be putting together here this coming week. So I've got about 98% of the pieces I need, and we're going to start assembling it this coming week there. So with that, and working on training our new little
adopted puppy dog, that's kind of been keeping me busy there. So doing well here, but so that's about it from here. Back to you, Doug. K7EME in the group, W7ADF.
Okay, excellent. And you'll have to keep us posted on how the solar is going. I have some new panels coming in myself, and we're going to set up. I'm going to set up an extra off-grid, a second setup for the other end of the house, aside from the radio gear here, radio station. And so I'm curious to hear how your progress goes on that. And so awesome. And we'll see you Tuesday night. Jim is stepping in for Mike on the Tuesday night roundtable, SWOT roundtable, and so he's doing a very good job as an interim net control up there. And we'll see you Tuesday at 7 o'clock there, 144 250. This frequency. So Jerry, W5RCQ, I'm probably gonna be able to copy you, but I'm going to have Robert relay for us here since a lot of folks may not have a good copy on you. So go ahead, Jerry, give us your report, and we'll get back with you.
Good morning, Doug and the net. K7EME and M7 Victor Delta for HAPS relay. This is W5RCQ, Jerry in Sun City, slot number 3662. Sunspots are about average this week. There's 7 groups up there. Sunspot number is 100. The 10.7 centimeter number is 170. Doing some really good openings. We're doing pretty good. Successful swap meet. It continues to grow, and next month is swap meet month. We have 2 leads here, and of course there's the one down in Valley. Anyway, way down south that I don't go to, but we got 2 in the Phoenix area next month that will be really good ones. So, power thing, I'm still trying to figure out how to fix it. Come to the conclusion, if worse comes to worse, I'll just leave that top section folded. I would still have antennas 40 plus feet, even without that top section extended. So that's a possibility, but I'm going to pull it apart. I am considering maybe epoxying it. Apparently that's a possibility, but I'm still exploring it. Anyway, I hope to have the tower stood up here in the next few days and start testing out some of my antennas even at a lower height. So, with that, back to net. K7EME and M7 Victor Delta.
Jerry, actually pretty darn good copy on you there. And thanks, Robert, for being there, though. You're doing pretty darn well. In fact, if you want to look on the live stream, you started at about the 1 hour and 28 minute mark. You might want to listen to copy, Jerry. I think he said the solar was 170. Is that right?
What am I trying to say? The 10.7 centimeter is 170. The sunspot number is 100.
Oh, okay. Sunspot number is 100, so it's down a little bit. Okay, but the 10.7 centimeter flux reading is still up there fairly well. So I haven't listened on HF at all this week with on anything, but last I think about Monday or Tuesday, I did hear on was it 10 meters a guy in Czechoslovakia just on sideband just booming in here, and I'm just listening with my little 705, not nothing with how the signals were. And good luck on getting that tower squared away, getting things going there, Jerry. You know, it's hard when your main antennas are all down. So I imagine you're itching to get back on and join everybody. But you were up to S6 on the copy, and quite readable with the vertical. And being as you're clear over on the west side of the valley there, where I have a little bit of trouble sometimes with some of the guys because of South Mountain, you're doing really well. Okay, let's move. Next is Lynn, K7HAM. Lynn, go ahead.
Okay, K7EME in the net, K7HAN, Lynn in Gilbert, SWOT number 3717, and had a successful week this week. Wasn't on the radio, but I finished up my last 3 radiation treatments for my cancer, so I have taken care of that. And so I feel good about that, because that means I can stay on the green side of the dirt. Other than that, not much going on. Didn't play on the radio because I was up at Mayo getting treated and having a good time up there. Yeah. And other than that, it's good to hear everybody that I can hear. For some reason, I got a really low noise level today, which is doing good. So back to you there, Doug. K7EME in the group, K7HAM.
Okay, very good there, Lynn. Yeah, the same down here. Right away, I noticed this morning when I first turned things on. You know, it's low enough that it's quite noticeable. So I am happy about that. And congratulations, that's a big milestone for you there on the treatment. And I know the Mayo Clinic has taken, you're in great hands up there. That's my go-to spot for the trip up the freeway for heading up, getting help. Absolutely. Let's see. Next on our list is we're going to turn down south and get Jim in here, N6CAZ. Jim, just get us up to date.
All right. Yeah, good morning there, Doug, and everybody on the net. Oh, gosh. Busy weekend. Well, I tore into my FT736R yesterday, trying to fix the UHF portion with the low power out. And good news and bad news. Good news is that I didn't that I swapped the RF board for UHF, and the problem didn't change. The problem is the problem didn't change. I was pretty sure it was in the driver circuit. I ordered a whole new board, and I'm not ordered, but I found a whole new board on eBay, and took the time to swap it out, and it didn't change anything. So on the plus side, that means that it's probably in the PA circuit, and I happen to have a spare one of those now too. So just a little more digging into the radio. But I finally got the motivation to take the covers off. You know, after cleaning it up and having it on the bench here, I got kind of used to just the way it was. But anyway, at least I dove into it. Still got other stuff tucked away on the bench here. Gosh, these mobiles and all this other stuff. Oh, I did complete my Kenwood project. That was a fun one. That was the radio I picked up at, I believe, the Maranaham Fest last time around. Kenwood tri-bander radio with a UHF output power problem. The seller told me it was the VHF side. It was actually the UHF side that was out. And I had to tear the whole thing apart, not just for the module, but to replace the memory battery. And that was interesting because that was obviously an original part, and it was starting to leak on the board, and I think it corroded a couple of traces and some other stuff. I'm sure that whatever comes out of a lithium cell is probably not good stuff to be dealing with. But anyway, I had to tear it all down to get to that, and I've got it all buttoned up, and it seems to be working great. So I've officially got a dual bander again, receive and transmit. Still shopping around for another module to put in the third, but I'm not really sure I'm going to bother. It kind of looks like a 220 module is going to cost more than the whole radio's worth, and their gears around here anyway, so it's not really going to do me much. But anyway, so that was a fun little project. At least I got it all put back together and can call one of them done. So other than that, dogs are out in the backyard barking, looking for some nice warm weather. Going to do something outside today, probably pull some weeds or do something, I don't know. I've got an agave I need to plant too, and hopefully with the warm weather I'll get that in the ground. So anyway, not a whole lot else going on over here, but definitely keeping busy with stuff. So with that, we'll turn it back to you there, Doug, N6CAV.
Okay, yes, it is gardening weather, and I'm looking forward to trying to eke out some time in the coming week and get my yard in spring condition, fertilize, and all of the good stuff you got to do. I know I planted a couple of Chinese elms here, and the new trees already have green leaf buds sprouting out. So spring is here in Arizona, and no complaints from me. Let's see. Here we go. Dave, K7LOL, you are next up, and station.
Good morning, Doug, and the group. K7LOL. Been playing around on 2-meter FT8, calling CQ like crazy, trying to I've been heard down in Sierra Vista, so that's good, with 10 watts and just a little 2-element Yabi. Also tried some meteor scatter on 150 and no there. Remember last week somebody mentioned something about a 432 net that also on Sunday morning, and I certainly wouldn't want to take away from my time with you guys, but I'd be interested in hearing a little bit about that. And then last thing on the list, and this is a big one, I got the okay to make 2024 the year for a new HF rig. So I'm looking at maybe a 890S from Kenwood or one of the Easy 101s. That's kind of cool. Anyway, that's all I got for today there, then. Back to you.
Okay, both good choices, I suppose, there for HF. The 890 Kenwood and that other one, either one, the 101. I think they're well spoken of radios. So good deal. And you had a question on, was it another Sunday net? Is that right?
Yeah, there was some mentioned 432 net.
Yes. Okay, that is that net starts at 9 o'clock. And it is on 432-100, 9 o'clock, 432-100 there. And good group of guys. I used to check into that net a lot before we started running long on this net, and I don't get an opportunity to do that. But I highly recommend it. They're
got it. 432.1 at 0900.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and during the week also, some of us get on during the evenings, usually around 7:30 to 8:30 or somewhere around in there, and chat as well. So if you're around about that time in the evenings, just chattering back and forth. So it's a good spot good frequency to listen to. Okay, Mike, KD7UUN, you're next up. So how's things across on the other side of the mountain from me?
Okay, good morning. Doing good here. I hope I'm turned in the right direction. I've got the sense that my antenna may have been blown off course of maybe 10 to 30 degrees. I don't know exactly how much. I'm not sure if I'm on the right heading, but I think I'm close anyway to you, so hopefully you're still hearing me okay. Let's see, so I was just glad for the reminder. see it's right in Al's backyard there, almost in his yard, so that's good for him. And wouldn't mind checking that out, especially seeing some of Pete's stuff there. That sounds like an interesting place to go. So maybe you could, well, I can probably look up where it's at. Anyway, I'll do that. So the other thing, let's see, we were talking to, I was glad to hear about George, KD7XP, that he's doing, that he's managing anyway. So, boy, these things can be long and thick and hard to get over, that's for sure. So lately, I've been really got the gardening bug with the with this nice weather, and so I've been spending a lot of time out there weeding and planting, and both seeds and plants, and fertilizing and prepping and doing all that stuff. And it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun being out there right now than it is once it gets hot. So this is a good time to get out there and play in the dirt. I would recommend it to anybody. It's very therapeutic. The only other thing I have is we were happy to find out this week that our granddaughter received her National Merit Finalist Award, and she's going to go to ASU College of Nursing. That's going to help her a whole lot. So both her parents and we are very happy about that. So that's about it from here. Back to you, K7EME, KD7UUN.
Okay, Mike. Very good. Yeah, you're doing fine. Absolutely no problem copying there. So the Azimuth, congratulations on your granddaughter there, and sounds like a very smart young lady, and she'll do well, I'm sure, at nursing school up there at ASU. So that's a great career, and always no shortage of job openings. So she'll be set for life with that career. So sounds good there, Mike. And yes, we'll have 3 tables. Al called and reserved three slots, so that should give us room to lay everything out. And I think we're pretty well organized. So hopefully it'll be a good move to head down there. Looking forward to anybody who can come on down and say hi. Mike, ND7E, you're next on the list. So I'm sorry you've been under the weather, but where did you go on your road trip? I'm guessing Idaho. Go ahead, Mike.
Good morning, Doug. Actually, I'm stationed in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, to elaborate more on that, I took a road trip, and I guess about the second day I got there, it started getting kind of weird. That was on Saturday. So anyway, got back to my motel room and felt kind of whacked out and got a fever and all that good stuff. And so anyway, come to find I got the flu, and it's been hanging with me. But anyway, at least I got to enjoy the show. Didn't really buy anything. I just wanted to go there to see what was new and great. Talk to fellow ham members and hit up a couple of the 2 or 3 of the presentations. And I got a little bit out of that. I think I kind of want to go in the direction of learning more electronics. I know a lot of you guys are experts with backgrounds in electronics, and I kind of want to steer my ham radio direction and go that direction and get to where I can learn a little bit more, get some equipment and whatnot. But got to see a presentation from the guy that wrote the books that the ARRL does on Arduino, and so got some ideas on how to get started with that, and another one on kit building. So anyway, I'm in the process of acquiring some tools and all the good stuff, learn how to use an oscilloscope and that kind of thing to learn how to do all this. So anyway, we'll see what happens and go from there. Anyway, just kind of fighting through the bug. A couple nights ago, I woke up in the middle of the night coughing and couldn't sleep anymore, so I got lucky, a pilot of all things that was going from Ohio to California, so I got to chat with him a little bit and listen to him talk to another pilot, and once that was all done, I was able to get back to sleep, and anyway, I'm on the road to recovery and feeling a little bit better, and that's about it. I'll throw it back over to you, and anyway, that's my update here. ND7E, back to you, Doug.
Okay, yeah, awesome there on all of that. It's fun to talk to the aeronautical mobiles. I know we've in our group here, KK7KNZ, Jason there. He's a 777 pilot for Atlas Air, and he'll sometimes know when he's going to be flying. He's it's all international stuff that he does, but he bases here. I think they go to Cleveland a lot. And when he's crossing down out of Canada, I've worked him several times, and it's fun. It is fun, and he does a lot of hamming up there. So what a great job! I mean, you got hours of dead time or whatever between check-ins and just watching the engines. Why not get on get on the air and work a few stations from what a great deal at altitude like that. All right, Emil, I'm not sure if Emil's back yet from 432, but let's see. W1GGM, are you still on board? Yeah, he wasn't sure if he'd be back or not. So that gets us down to Dave, K7SWK. Over to you, Dave.
Hi, Doug, and the rest of the net. This is K7SWK. Copy, I changed mics.
Sounds good.
Okay, very good. Well, not a whole lot to chat about this week. Still experimenting with Pete's little amplifier that I was lucky enough to acquire, and ordered a cable for it. Was talking to actually Steve N7CHW sent me an email and told me which cable to get for my J2 F897, and so I got one of those ordered and should be in any day, and hopefully it will eliminate the chatter. I didn't have much chatter in this little amp using it without the cable, but it'll definitely take it away, I would think. Anyways, and Doug, back to you. I sent you an email for Pete's list. I'd be interested in looking at it and stuff, and maybe we can collectively get together and help Pete's daughter with take the bull by the horns and get that done for somebody. I guess that's what amateur radio is all about, is helping each other and everything. I'd like to thank Chuck again. Chuck came in and gave me some pointers earlier in the evening, and or earlier this morning, sorry. And I was a little quick to get off, thinking that I was interfering with the net, so I was a little quick to get off and didn't tell Chuck thank you for his input. So anyways, all the input from all you guys is much appreciated. And so with that, I'll just say back to net. I appreciate you all, and look forward to the next time. K7SWK, back to Doug in the net.
Okay, very good. Dave, I will. I put you on a list. I made a note. I know Al needs that list, and I'll make sure that I get it up to you later this afternoon after I get back down from a trip up north there. So I will by late afternoon you should have that list. So very good, and thanks for all the comments there. Let's see, John, WB7DYU, you're next, and how's things going over where you're at? I'll bump the antenna over your way. Go ahead, John.
WB7DYU, slot number 3728. had a good time yesterday. Got to meet quite a few of the guys. Met quite a few really nice people. Happened to buy a couple pieces of junk that I don't need, and had some pretty good donuts. So all in all, it was a pretty good day. Look forward to next Hamfest at Green Valley, and get to see some of the stuff that Pete left, and maybe help out the state that way. So I'll get back to you right now. K7EME, this is WB7BYU.
Okay, John, would you like me to email you a list?
If you could, that'd be fine. Thank you.
Okay, list here. And you're good in QRZ, right?
I am. It's just my call sign with at msn.com.
Okay, very good. All right, and look forward to seeing you down at Green Valley then. Everybody who comes on down there. So sounds good. All right, Dave, KJ7TSM, you are next. Go ahead, Dave. KJ7TSM, are you by the radio? Okay, we'll hold a spot for you if you get in later here. So let's go down south to KW7RNX. And Ron, tell us what you got going on. And great job with moving the Yagi up higher and adding some power. Go ahead, Ron.
Good morning, K7EME in the net. This is KW7RNX. We're tucked in behind the mountains here at around Tucson Estate in Tucson, Arizona. We have put the poor little Kenwood 10-watt TR9000 to bed today, and we're running the FT857D at 50 watts through a 4-beam Yagi, and hopefully pointed right at Doug. Radio-wise, that was just a little bit of antenna swapping, so raised it up about 5 feet and put a little extra power through it. So not much else to report. Hope to see some faces at the Green Valley SWOT meet plan to attend. Hopefully I'll see a few of my local 520 group that we talk on VHF. So K7EME in the net, this is KW7RNX, and we'll throw it back to the net. Over.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm so happy to be able to copy you directly now without going through any hoops. Very pleasant signal there to listen to. And yeah, that Kenwood 9000. There we go. I know the radio. In fact, I've got a 9130 here, I think. Yeah, I like that little setup. It's nice, but it is only 10 watts, and however, a cute little radio, and they still work pretty darn well. Anyways, let's see. We're going to move up towards Apache Junction and get K7CWA Warren in here. So Warren, what's new with you?
This is K7CWA. I was sitting here just contemplating something you had said earlier when you were talking to somebody else, and it's about the fighting the problems and all that sort of thing. And I can tell you with great certainty and personal experience even that if it wasn't for the constant problems and having to solve them and the challenge involved, we would all be bored stiff. We wouldn't even bother turning on the radio. And it's really true that that's awful. It's absolutely boring. So I have periods like that too. And when I get problems, then I'm all frustrated. But When I finally solved them, I really feel good. And then I realized, now what am I going to do? So there's my little bit of wisdom for the day. K7EME, K7CWA.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, keeping up with problem solving is a great stimulation. You know, once we're retired, you need that sort of mental stimulation there. So it's been good. You know, from my end, you know, problem solving and. It's aggravating when they pile up all at once, which they tend to do. But the process of doing the detective work and figuring it out is certainly, it's a good challenge. And radio is a perfect place to be doing that for sure. All right, well, we'll catch up with you next week. There, great signal this morning, by the way, Warren. Good, solid. S9 signal. Let's see. We had Robert N7LPD was in and out, so let's get to Ken W7KZM in Marana here. Go ahead, Ken.
Ken, how are you doing today? I hope everybody's well. I'm just sitting here reading the article on how to get out a stuck contact lens. I went to sleep with it last night and I can't get it out. So I was looking for a way just to make sure I can spot if it's in or not. So after the meeting here, we'll get busy doing that. Everything's going well here. I'm getting much better after having the flu than the pneumonia. So getting back into health and starting to work out hard again. So everything's going good. I'm I've been playing with my radios and adding a couple of switches here while I'm listening to you guys. And again, if anybody has a couple little kitties, girl kitties, that'd be good. My wife's really looking forward to those. And a great week and a happy day. And we'll talk to you next week. Whiskey 7 kilos of the mic. Good day.
Okay. Well, sorry about the stutter. I've always just gone for the glasses route. I don't like the idea of sticking something on my eyeball. It just doesn't sound good. Although I know you get used to it. I would recommend maybe trying the needle nose pliers that you got handy. Or hemostats or whatever you use. You know, you can probably pry it out with that. Jewelers, screwdrivers. Oh, the thought of that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, good luck with getting that out, and don't follow my recommendations. WX7G, Jim, how are you doing up there? What trouble have you been getting into?
Nicely done. This is WX7G up here in the east suburbs of beautiful downtown Gilbert. SWOT 366, the Beelzebub's Ham Shack up here in Gilbert. Actually, I've been having a lot of good times here. Yesterday, the Arizona Desert chapter of 1010 International had their semi-annual breakfast, and that was a lot of fun. A real good turnout for the club there. A lot of people to yak with, and that was always enjoyable. We did get invaded by a bunch of nuns. They came out in and sat down in the corner of the room that we had reserved, but that was okay because we figured they had a call sign of G0D. So we were having a lot of fun up here in the east suburbs and enjoying the radio. And boy, I'll tell you, I wouldn't miss this one for the world. I love this Sunday morning on the radio thing here. WX7G, back to net control. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Jim. I like your call sign suggestion there. You got to be accommodating to the group of nuns in your conference room or the side room there that you have had reserved. You don't want to get in trouble or have any lightning bolts coming your way. That's for sure. So it sounds like you guys handled it just fine. Anyway, we'll catch up with you later. KC7BEQ was in and out, so let's go over to Mike, KD5NL. But give us your report. Go ahead.
NLP. Oh, it's just a fantastic morning here in Glendale. Starting to warm up. I'm going to work outside. I got some work to do on the antenna. We had a big gust of wind. I think I'm off about 20 degrees on my antenna. I had to go by compass this morning to zero UN. But yeah, the mast moved, and we're going to do that this morning. I got a trip to Home Depot, get some parts, just continue on. It's going to be a nice day today to work outside. I would not stay in. But went to a Hamfest yesterday at the West Valley Amateur Radio Club, and they had a lot of good stuff there. They really did. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be junk in the trunk, But no, they had some good stuff there. A lot of high-end merchandise. Almost, out of my price range. I was looking at a Kenwood radio, but I just didn't have enough cash on me to just swing it. But anyway, that's what's going on here. Got the supper, breakfast dishes all done, the cat's fed, and we're going to move on. So, Doug, I hope everything's fine with you down in Tucson there. Sounds like your signal's good. I can hear you really good. So, we'll turn it back over to you. This is KD5NLP. Back to you, Doug.
Okay, Mike. Very good. Glad you had a good time at the Hamfest yesterday. And so we just didn't get anything done in time to head up there for that one, but we will be up for the next one up there at Scottsdale. So looking forward to seeing all you guys then, and probably DeVry as well. I think both those Hamfests. Al and I will be coming up for, and Chuck maybe or maybe not, depending on where in the world Chuck is at. So anyways, let's see. W7WHB, Steve, how are you doing?
Well, thank you, Doug, and good morning to Steve, Whiskey 7, Whiskey Hotel Bravo here in Gilbert, Arizona. SWOT number 3697, we're doing good. We're a little bit late today because long night, folks. Enjoying life. Long night. And, gosh, I didn't go to bed till like 4:20, something like that. And then my alarm woke me up because I always have my alarm set. But I said I'm going to sleep through. Well, my extra snooze didn't work, and my dog barked, and I look at my clock, and it's 8:25. I'm going, oh, it's time to get on the net. And hence I got on there late, so it's all good. Not really too much going on. Like Jim said, we had a club function yesterday, so we didn't go to the Hamfest up there in Sun City, but I think Jim and I is looking at going to the one down there in Green Valley, if anything, just to get away from the big city, because it's just getting too big up here, folks. It really is. Driving nowadays is just like L.A. It's just awful. I mean, to get from one side of town to the other, it used to take like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Now it's an hour, so Phoenix is getting bad. I'm even thinking about, well, where can I go? Those thoughts are entering my mind. But it won't be Tucson. I will guarantee that. Not that I have anything against Tucson, it's just I won't be thinking about it. I lived down in Sierra Vista for a while, so that part of the country, it's pretty, but I don't like it. Other than that, nothing really going on. Gosh, I know you want to cut it short, so I'll get out of here. K7EME, W7WHB.
All right. Well, I'm glad you managed to wake up just in the nick of time to get into the net, and So it sounds like you've been busy, and that's the main thing. Boy, time flies when you. We'll maybe see you next week then. Let me bump the antenna. Lead things up there. Is the snow disappearing?
Excuse me, Doug, WJ here. Fine. The cold is much less intense. It's pretending to be spring up here. Highs in the 50s. Most of the snow's gone, and I just know it's pretending. Winter's not done yet. Let's line up here in Flagstaff, Doug.
Yeah, okay. Well, whatever you've done with all that antenna work up there, it's certainly paying off. So great. You're doing very well. So I'm glad. Yeah, winter will probably reach up and bite you on the rear end one or two more times, I suppose. And it could happen down here, although I think we're finally getting where we're going to be with the warm, beautiful spring weather here. Pretty much from here on out. So at least fingers crossed. And I know up on Picacho Peak yesterday we saw one poppy blooming. That was pretty cool because pretty soon it means that the entire ground up there around the peak will be just covered in bright gold poppies there. So they're it's beautiful, and other flowers as well. But the first maybe the first ones on the whole peak there and the whole park. We might have seen it there. Anyway, got pictures to prove it too. All right, thanks, Lee. We'll catch up with you later. Did you have anything else?
Otherwise, I was just going to comment. Your frequency is drifting down.
Okay. Let me check with Chuck. He's locked. Chuck, am I moving?
Not as far as I can tell.
Okay, Lee, I am locked on GPS lock, so I don't know. I don't think it's from this end, Lee. Over.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I noticed it's about now. It's clearest on 249.9, so I suppose the aircraft is drifting. Well, it's been on for an hour. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, mystery there, but I was gonna say maybe we got a slow-moving plane and we're getting a little Doppler shift. Hi.
Yeah, I was just looking at flight radar. There's a bunch of them down there. Anyway, 73. See you in the next. See you next week.
Okay, you have a good one there, Lee. 7-3s. Jack, AI1K, are you back yet?
Yeah, good morning, Doug. Just got back here.
Yeah, go ahead and take a turn.
Okay, very good. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, that should be better. I had the amplifier off, so I just kicked it on and got away from the 40 watts, so this should be a little better for the guys who have a little trouble hearing me. I'll just say good morning and nice seeing some of the folks at the SWOT Fest yesterday. And you're good. Your signal is good as usual, Doug, and haven't heard any deviation from it, so you sound good. I'm not sure what went on there, but did not notice you moving at all. So anyway, we'll say hello to everybody, and a very nice day, and the weather is warming up little by little, so we're moving into warmer weather. And we'll all be waiting for 6 meters to pop open and get some good DX. So back to you, Doug. K7EME and the group AI1K.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, boy, it won't be that long before sporadic will start perking up again on 6, and everybody will be making lots of contacts. So sounds good. And boy, you kicked the amp on and damn near blew the chair back about a foot or so here. So good thing I have quick reflexes. Anyways, you take her easy, Jack. Always good to talk to you. And we'll see you at one of the Hamfests soon here. Let's see. With that, we're at the bottom of the list. We haven't gotten Serge in here. He's conspicuously absent. Serge, you don't happen to be out there, do you? There, over. No, I guess we're missing Las Vegas this morning. Well, let's do a final call for late check-ins for the Arizona SWOTnet. Any relays?
I'm hearing a voice in there, Doug.
Lima Uniform X-ray. It's Joe, south of Flagstaff. Over.
Yeah, I could hear somebody. Thanks for the relay there. Yeah, Chuck and I are both hearing a voice in the background. What's his call again?
Whiskey 7, Lima Uniform X-ray. Over.
Okay. W7LUX, W7LUX, south of Flagstaff. Give it another try. I'll try to pick you up down here. I'm in Tucson, so if we can peak your antenna up toward Tucson, I'll give you a little bit of chatter here. Maybe you can tune us in a little bit, peak us up a little bit. W7LUX, go ahead.
Your call, Doug. Do you copy it at all? Over.
Yes, I did copy the W7LUX, and then I can always tell he's in there, but not enough. I did get his call letters. How about you, Chuck?
I can tell he's in there. I've been sweeping the antenna back and forth towards Flagstaff, but only can catch a little bit now and then.
Okay, let's see if anybody in the Phoenix area can copy you a little bit more.
W7LUX, this is Whiskey 7, Whiskey Hotel Bravo. You got a copy?
Surge is in there too on CW.
Okay, I'm off to the north here. Thanks, Chuck. Okay, well, we're going to have you relay there, Lee. Well, I'd like to know what equipment he's running, the antenna and power, please. Go ahead.
To you in just a second. Sorry, Doug.
W7LUX, do you copy WJ0F? W7LUX, I copy, I'll relay it. Doug, Joe, station, 5-element beam, no rotor. He's kind of, pointed south and 100 watts. Over.
Okay, yes, I actually heard that he was running the 9700. They got a little bit of a peak there. So he's got 100 watts.
Yeah, 100 watts.
Yeah, I lost my amplifier. Yeah, I lost my amplifier here. Let me crank up. Hold on, guys. Okay, let me crank up the power here the rest of the way. Hold on. Okay, now I'm down to 100 watts. Lee, do you still copy? Yeah, okay. I did hear that he was running 9700 and he came up a little bit. If he could get a rotor on that, I'm sure he could peak up on us there with his Yagi. But tell him to keep trying, and welcome to the net, and pass that along. I lost nothing serious. I lost the high voltage FET switch in my amp with a big bang in here, so that's easy to replace. No big deal. Back up to you, Lee.
All right, Doug. Joe, if you copy, Doug, K7EME is his call. He's hearing you kind of, probably a little bit of airplane deflection. He wants you to put a rotor on there. I know the issues with that. But he did copy you, and welcome to the net, Joe. K7LUX, WJ0F.
Over.
Hey, Doug, did you catch that Surge is in there?
Yeah, I did, but I'm barefoot now. So you'll have to pick him up. Okay, 7-3s, guys. I'm gonna let Chuck get Surge, and then we'll go back for a final call. I blew the 50 volt.
He's got you on the net, and hopefully you can check in again. Let's see what's why after the net, Joe, to the local Aries frequency on HF. Over.
WJ0F said over.
Okay, I'll see what's why the 3990 up in that WJ0F. Back to the net, WJ0F, and thanks.
Okay, I actually heard all of that exchange. Okay, very good. 7-3s, guys. And quickly we'll get over to Chuck. Go ahead and problem suddenly here, and go ahead and pick up Surge.
All right, I'll give it a try. KT6KT, KT6KT, how copy? November, Juliet 6 Delta, NJ6D. Surge, I copied you on CW. Over. KT6KT, KT6KT, November, Juliet 6 Delta, NJ6D. Over. Doug, if he's in there, he's really light. But I heard him. He checked in on CW. He was pretty decent there for a moment.
Yeah, okay, no problem. I doubt if Surge could hear me from this end, but we'll give it a try. KT6KT, KT6KT, K7EME. Surge, do you copy? Over. I am barefoot. Over. Yeah, nothing heard there. Okay, let's see, we're in the right antenna heading. So let's see, are there any other late check-ins for the Arizona SWOTnet?
Comment.
Okay, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, too late now, but the guy that W7LUX, he did say he was on a beam. He was on a 5-element beam. I heard the whole conversation, so he was pointed at Tucson.
Okay, well, I thought I heard Lee say that, he was on a 5-element beam, and he was somewhat toward us, but not. He didn't have a rotor, so it might help to peak up. I probably had 40% copy on him, but still not good enough to talk back and forth. Anyway, thanks for that there, Steve.
Roger. Back to net.
Yeah, anybody else before we shut things down?
I went ahead and put Surge in there because I heard him as well.
Yeah, okay. No, that's good enough. It's just unfortunate timing partly. And then I had the antenna. I didn't hear him because the antenna was over on Flagstaff. So that was good net. We'll look forward to seeing you guys. What time should we rendezvous? What's your time frame? I don't need. I already took a shower. I'm ready to go, except for putting the radio in the car.
Roger. Well, the same with me. I'm fairly much ready to go. I probably got about 15 minutes worth of stuff to do. But I got to run over and pick those guys up, and I haven't talked to him yet. I was going to call him after the net was over and then coordinate. So I'm hoping that Jim will be there with him. If not, we'll go pick Jim up as well, and I'll let you know when we get on the road. How's that sound?
Oh yeah, sounds good. Let's shoot for whatever. Now it's 10. You want to shoot for noon?
Yeah, that sounds probably good.
Okay, and it doesn't matter. We gotta. It's approximately noon, and we'll leave it open and confirm more on the radio, or you can give me a call. I will leave here. So you're going to leave in about 15 minutes, is that right?
Well, like I said, I haven't talked to them yet. I'll call and find out when they want me to pick him up. I was thinking maybe I might be leaving leave there about 11, but we might leave at 10:30. I don't know.
Okay. How about once you know, just give me a holler on the phone. I'll keep the phone handy.
Sounds perfect. We'll do.
Okay. All right. Excellent. And let's see, Chuck, are you going to be able to head up?
Yeah, I think so. If we stick to a rendezvous as close to noon as we can, that would work for me.
Okay, it'd probably be faster if we just go separate. I can go up a little more directly. I think that'll work better. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine, and I'll have 2 meters with me as well. I'll be on 200.
Okay, and get that squared away. All right, good night, everybody. 7-3s, and we'll catch y'all later.
Oh, by the way, I've got a traffic alert. My wife looked it up. There's a bad accident right there at the 187-10 interchange, and I-10 is closed north of that. So I'm going to go down through Florence and come in on 187.
Oh, nice. Okay, so maybe I could take an exit early from 187 and then find a back road up there. Okay, thanks for the heads up.
Hey, Robert. It may not be open. It may be open now, but that happened about 8 o'clock, 8:30 this morning. Over.
Hey, Robert.
Roger.
Yeah, I think the road is 287 there in Casa Grande, where the Olive Garden is off of.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant 187.
Yeah, I misspoke. I'm trying to bring up the map right now, but I think it's Florence Boulevard and Mission Parkway.
Okay, I'll have to get on to that and look it up. Anyway, all right, we'll look it up, and it's Olive Garden right there in Casa Grande, Roger?
Roger.
Okay, I can't imagine there's more than one, so we'll go for that one. All right, 7-3 guys, we'll see you soon in 7BD.
B4MA.
Well, hello, Barry. I'm glad I was going to talk to you on the phone here. How's things looking on your end?
Oh, I just was going to change into short pants and other shoes and ready to go. Over.
All right, sounds good. All right, well, I should be able to leave here in a little while. It's probably 10-15 minutes, and we'll come to your place. Is Jim going to be there? We need to go by and pick him up as well.
Yeah, well, if we're headed down south, we'll be going past Jim's, so we'll just pick him up there. He's right at 60 and Idaho Road.
All right, sounds good. That'll work. Okay, we'll see you soon, N7BD.
All right, sounds good. I guess, I'll leave here in about 15 minutes then, and we'll see you guys there. I've got it on the maps. It takes 55 minutes from my place, so catch you later.
I'll be on the road about the same time, Doug. So yeah, it is 287, and it's just north of the I-10 I-8 interchange from us, Doug.
Yeah. Okay. I see that. Okay. Perfect. We'll chat on the way up. K7EME.
NJ6D clear.
M7K. Yeah. N7. K7ZYP. Boy, having a hard time here. Hey, you guys drive safe. I'll meet you on 200 here in a little while. K7ZYP.
Sounds good, Al.
Roger.